Okay, I went in and edited the size of your slides and turned them. So I will put this in an email or a Google Drive and send a link to you guys. So this is what I recommend as opposed to the horizontal slides that you guys had. Let me just go really fast here. This image here that's in the background, extremely pixelated. So you're going to need to find a better image to fit this size if you want to do this, Brandon. I do like that your name is here. That lets me know that this is you doing. I'm not, is this the cover page? See, this is what confuses me. There should be a cover page, and then the second page, as I said in my last video, should have like a table of contents, and it should let me know all the titles of the different articles and who is responsible, or all the different pages and who is responsible. So there might not have been titles for certain pages yet, but it's still very hard to follow the organization of this group's work. Um, so this image right here needs to be cleaned up. This is a much better image. It's not, it is slightly pixelated, but it can work. And now that I've adjusted, you know, the width and the slide, I recommend that y'all come in and kind of do like I just did there. And if you have to take it slightly off the page, then that's fine. And then you do, you know, a quick preview, right? So you go file, and a lot of times if you take it to print, then you can now kind of scroll through and see, you know, what your images, how everything is looking. Be sure that you are covering all of the content. Something about this bright spot here really kind of diminishes the quality of this image and makes it really hard to read this. But I like the design. I like the effort here. Be sure that all of these images have an image credit with a tiny URL or a bit.ly URL located at the bottom of each page. And hydration helps what? So this here seems like it needs more information, like it's just not complete. I want numbers in the bottom center for your page, so be consistent. And I need a title page, table of contents that shows me, you know, who's responsible for what. I don't like having this. I know why you did it, and that's good. It helps me with the grading, but I can't tell who's in this group. I want to be able to see the list of the 9 people in this group, and I would like to be able to say, okay, so Brandon has done cover page, and then title page or whatever, table of contents, and then pages, you know, 2 through 8 or whatever. It's really hard for me to tell. Destiny, what role does fatigue play in adaptations? Is this adoptions, or is that supposed to be adaptations? That's not quite spelled correct. This appears to be just an image itself. It is. Maybe you created this in Spark or something like that, so you need to go back, babe, because that word there's incorrect. And if you guys don't know about Adobe Spark, that's a great tool for you guys to maybe look at when you're trying to build. Okay, Destiny, so now that the pages are the correct size, you're going to have to adjust, right? You're going to have to adjust some of this, and this may mean that you have to use multiple pages. All of y'all have to be on the same page. This is the only part of the cooperation, right? So now all this stuff's pixelated, so you may have to go back to wherever you built this, Destiny, and readjust it. But this is the part of the project that requires you guys to work as a group, because now there's a whole different theme and font, right? Whole different way this stuff is looking, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but too much of the change, right? Again, this is coming off the page, as you can see over here. But I like this, Destiny, but you're going to have to go in and tweak it to meet this. And same thing here. You've done a great job. I'm not sure which tool that you've used, but this is really good. The fatigue here ought to be maybe centered and a little, maybe bigger, just from a visual standpoint. And this is probably the rest of your content where you just haven't had a chance to finish turning it into the visuals that you want. Now, Taylor, this totally looks like a PowerPoint. That's not what we're wanting here. We're not wanting this to look like a PowerPoint. So, while you've got a lot of content here, and when I submit this through the Turnitin, guys, it's going to read, even be able to read these images. So I really hope that this stuff is your own work. Not something you've gone and copied and pasted. But Taylor, you're going to have to adjust so that this does not look like a PowerPoint slide. It should look like a magazine. Get a magazine. Take a look at a magazine. Notice how things are organized. I mean, not that you can't use these styles. I'm not saying that, but I guess because really you have this like this. It just looks very magazine-ish. A lot of good content there, but you know, it's like bullet pointed. Like, do you ever go to a magazine and see all these darn bullet points? You know, no, it's not. This doesn't look like a magazine, so we don't want all these bullet points. This content here needs to be conversational style. So a lot of good stuff you've gotten done here. You just need to clean this up, okay? And same thing with you, Brittany. Okay, and same thing here, Brittany. This looks really PowerPoint-ish, so I want you to just sort of freshen it up a little bit just to have it looking a little more like, you know, a magazine may look. Doesn't seem like you have much, Jasmine. 2 slides barely. That's really not going to cut it. And then now Jasmine Stewart, you know, now this looks very newsletter-ish, but I think you could pick this up a bit and have this looking a little more magazine-ish. But you've got good stuff here. I really like all the content you have here. Maybe removing like these lines, a couple things like that. But it looks like this too is just one page. So I don't know if you screenshotted that or what, to be able to put it into this. So I understand. So not a big deal. Just got to work on that some more. Same thing here. See how the styles are just so different. So it looks like Jasmine has really probably done the most amount of work. Jakaria, I'm sorry, which pronunciation? This is very magazine-ish. All the way down to the scan bar there. Really like this. Okay, this has a look of a magazine. Not the rest of y'all's not good. It's just a style. The print of this feels more like a magazine. Love the use of that big image. So this group is coming along pretty nicely. Not sure why Rakia is after the references. So this needs to be reordered. What role does fatigue play? And this should be in the order of the textbook, so the chapter itself, okay? So wherever Rakia's fits, then we need to adjust that. So now that I've fixed this for you guys, I'm going to email this to you. Or I'm going to send a link to it in the Remind app. This is the style, the size that you guys want, and put all your content in, okay? So there needs to be a little bit of adjustments here, okay? So there's a couple of you that probably don't deserve full credit, but because the group in and of itself is really doing well, I'm going to give the whole group credit, but know that your final project is due on Sunday the 25th, but you do have until next Saturday, December 1st, to submit the project, okay? So no worries if you need to go to the end of that deadline. That's perfectly fine. I've built in that buffer of time to allow me to have enough time to grade it. If you have questions, let me know, but definitely I hope you watch this and take down some notes about some things that I'd like to see done better or differently. Okay, thanks so much.